The second thing we're doing is we're not going to use the term investigate the incident anymore. And there's two things we're trying to achieve here. We're moving from investigate the incident to learn about the work. And within that, we're achieving two things, as I said. The first one, we stop using the word investigate. For too long in workplace investigations, we've followed this semi-judicial, quasi-judicial process, when in fact, that's not how we investigate at all. That's not how it's processed at all. We're not doing things for the regulator for a start. That's their job. Let them do whatever job they manage to do with their investigations. Our job is to make a safer workplace. That's what we're trying to achieve. So stop using terms like investigate and start using terms like learn. We don't have a judicial process. We don't have a jury of peers deciding guilt or innocence. We don't have a right of appeal. We don't have a defense lawyer. We have none of that. Yet we still have some of these silly components like witness statements and other things that contribute to how we investigate. So if we learn about the work, that's where the systemic risk lies. It's how it's done every day. And in what we look at, and it's based on some of the work by Todd Conklin and Decker and Eric Holnagel, those professors, we're looking at their work. How is work done normally every day? So, what's it done? How's it done by the rest of the team? How's it done during the rest of the week? How's it done on other sites? How's it done on night shift? And we're looking to identify the constraints of work, the conditions and systems of work. So some of those conditions, resource constraints, numbers of people, the equipment used, how it's maintained. We're looking at those things and how they affect work. Production pressures. There's always production pressures, right? We've always got to show some sort of return in the work we do. Having a look at how those impact work. Having a look at the systems of work that we have, how purchasing affects how we do things, how logistics affects how we do things. All those things affect how work gets done. And that's what we're interested in. How's it done normally? Because that's where the systemic risks lie. How are risk assessments managed? How is change management managed? Is it managed effectively? Do we have effective consultation? Are we actually learning from our subject matter experts? Right? And that's how we learn about this work. And we use that to start to identify these conditions and constraints that are existing around the work. And more importantly, what it does is those things drive behavior. So the systems and conditions of work drive behavior of the workers. It drives what makes sense to them. If you've got someone working in your organization who's been in for 2 weeks, English may be a second language, no experience before, and they're put in a position where the procedures might not be complete and correct, where they might not have all the resources, where there's production pressures happening, where they want to make a good impression, and for them making a good impression is getting the job done, it makes sense to them to do it that way. And that's what we're after. What makes sense to the people at the time? And what are the inputs that go behind that subconscious reasoning that they have about how they do or don't do their work? And that's what we're after. Thanks everyone for watching our little video today. I hope you got something out of it, and I look forward to talking with you next time for our next little presentation. Cheers.